Hey guys, so I actually started recording this video and I ran out of space on my phone, so I'm starting over. However, what you've missed so far is that I did go ahead and prime my eyes for eyeshadow. Today I'm doing a very smoky look, so I want to make sure that my eyes are done first and then I'll follow up with my skin. I did prep my eyes with the Mineral Touch Skin Perfecting Foundation. Or the concealer, I'm sorry, the concealer, and then I did set all of that with a powder. This also is considered a concealer, but it's nice and brightening. As you can tell on this eye, it's really nice and bright and fresh. Sometimes I'll use that and put liner right over, and it helps to make the eye look really nice and open, and it covers if you have any veining or anything like that on your eyes that you want to cover. And then this is in Fresh, actually, go figure. I am using both of the palettes that I have from Unique today, 1 and 3. So I'm just starting off with number 1 right now, and I've taken this color Chipper and I've just started to put that into the crease, as you can tell on this eye. So I'll just continue from there. And you're just going to want to use a transition color when you're doing a very smoky eye because it helps to blend everything out. It makes everything look a little more consistent for you versus there being a really dark shade and then it fading into nothing and it looks really choppy, and I just like a seamless look myself. So you can kind of do that to your discretion. I just like to be as blended as possible. And luckily, you don't have to be super careful when you do a look like this, especially when you're doing your eyes at first, because of the fact that you're going to clean everything up after. So now I'm actually going to jump to the darkest color that I want to use today, and that's going to be Irate. It's a pitch black, it's really, really pigmented, and I just like the way that it looks. I am going to take this starting on a pencil brush, which is just a really small, precise brush, load that up with product, and then I'm going to work this right into the outer V into this crease. And what I'm going to do is try and create the shape that I want right away, and then I'll buff that out. So you can see it's pretty dramatic, and I just want to pat this on so I can pack as much product as possible. And then I'm going to go in after with a blending brush and really blend that all out, but I just want to pack as much on. Then I will take a blending brush, and this is a clean blending brush, and I'm going to go and again in that V motion and create a small little circles into that V part and help that to look more blended. So you're going to continue that process and you're going to pack on more black. And again, it's to your discretion. I like to focus it on this outer part and into this crease part so that it really opens up the eye and brings drama to the outside of the eye. I personally like that eye shape better. However, if you wanted to and you wanted to create this very smoky, you could bring that all the way in if you wanted to. Again, clean blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that again. The more you blend along the way, the easier it is at the end for everything to look really blended and really clean versus packing on so much product and then you're stuck with a big mess. So I like this level. If you wanted to go even darker, you can. But again, it's all up to your discretion. This is going to be great for a night out in the town. If it's your birthday coming up, if you're going to a holiday party, a nighttime holiday party. And as you can see, I'm just doing circular motions, really trying to concentrate right in this area. If you start bringing the product too high, if you start bringing it over too far, then that's just going to exaggerate the look. It could be what you're going for, but again, just try to keep it right in this outer V. Using a smaller brush will really help you to concentrate that, and you won't feel like the product's getting everywhere. If I started and just dabbed this brush into the Irate color, I would feel like I couldn't control it as easily. Now this is a nice look if you don't really like doing a precise wing liner, because you can get that winged look in the drama without having to really be so precise. And you're really just going to follow the shape of your eye, so you don't have to like change it too much. And I want this to look a little more winged, so I'm just bringing that out a little bit more, and then again buffing that out. And you can see the reason why I'm starting with the eyes today, because it's just so much quicker to do it this way than having to worry about doing your entire face, creating a perfect base for your entire face, and then going back in and you have to fix all of it. So now I'm going to take a little bit warmer of a color, and I'm going to take this color right here. It's a nice, almost mauve-y pink color, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to work that into the crease as well. I really just want to do this section right here and then a little bit above, and that will help to create more of that gradient that I'm really going for. So as you can see, this eye almost looks a little bit more blended than this eye right here. I like to have a lot of transition colors. I think it puts a lot of depth back into the eyes and creates a really nice, seamless look. And I almost feel like the more colors I use, the easier it is for me to blend. And I'm going to go back in and blend that a little bit more. Now I like to create some sparkle on the lid for especially a night out. So I'm going to take a flat definer brush and take Ecstatic. And it's a really pretty, it's like a mix between like a champagne and a purple and a bronze. So as you can see, it's just really, really pretty. And I'm just packing that on. And again, to your discretion, whenever you feel like you have enough product, you can stop. Now I'm going to take this next color, actually I'm going to go back to the number 1 palette, and I'm going to take one of the brighter colors that's in here. I really like this, I actually really like all of them. I like Sincere, I like Brassy, and I like the Swanky color. I'm going to go Brassy in the inner corner of my eye, just because I think my eyes look better with a little bit of gold and not too much cool tones. And then you can drag this out and kind of clean this all up if you'd like as well. Now I am gonna go in with Elated, and that's this one right here. It's almost like a skin tone neutral color. And I like to highlight my brow bone using a matte color, because I just feel like when I do too much shine with a really smoky look, it starts to look just a little crazy. And that's a personal preference, but I just feel like it helps to clean all that up, and I don't need to do too much more highlighting because I've basically highlighted this entire part of my eye in here, so I don't want to do too much on the top. You could go in and use something super shiny and super bright and that has a lot of glitter and that kind of thing, but again, that's a personal preference of mine. Now I'm going to go in and basically start working on the rest of my face. I like to do this just to see how everything else is looking, and if I need to do more after, then I will. But this is just like a nice step, because once you clean it up, you'll kind of notice a big difference and everything. I'm going to start by concealing, and then I am going to take a little bit after I finish and conceal as well. So this is just going to be like the beginning. I did already prime my skin. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but I did use the Glorious primer right here. That was at the first part of my video that deleted itself. So at this point, you're really going to kind of fix that line. If you can tell, this one kind of looks a little sloppy, and then this one looks nice and clean. So that's the point of doing your eyes first. If you got really messy and you found that you had a ton of fallout, then you could just take a makeup wipe and wipe that off, which is also a great option to have, and be like, okay, I don't have to erase all the work I've done, but I need to really fix that. So I'm going to go in with my Mineral Touch Foundation. I love this stuff. A couple of drops. And then I am going to mix in the same luminizer I did in my last video. It's the Revlon Photo Lights. I'm going to create a little concoction on the back of my hand. I really just like to warm that product up first, and then I will kind of dab in a few areas. And then this foundation brush is from BH Cosmetics. Unfortunately, all the ones from Unique are completely sold out until March. So I'm using my BH Cosmetics ones. It's actually really nice. It doesn't shed, which is so important, and I use it a lot. I just feel like it's one of the softest brushes I've used before. I have super sensitive skin, so when I go in with a brush that is too harsh, I immediately resent it. Since my eyes are so dramatic today, I do like to keep this a little lighter, so I'm kind of sparingly putting foundation where I really need it, kind of buffing that in. But I want my eyes to be the focus, and I really just want my skin to look nice, but I don't feel like I want it to be perfect. Sometimes that's like a nicer look anyway. Especially when you do a more smoky eye. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm going to move on to the underneath of my eye. I really like that to kind of stand out and be nice and bold as well. I'm going to take a flat shader brush and dip that into Irate. And I'm going to work this very close to my under eye, the lash line. And it really helps just to connect this line that's going on here and just create some more fluid look. I'm going to go back in with a little bit smaller of a brush. I think this one is from MAC. It's a 242. And I'm going to take this warm color here, the tickled color again. And I'm just going to smoke that out a little bit. And again, once you're happy with that, you can leave it be. If you want to do another color, you can. I am going to take a static and just work that into this middle part right here. And then I like the way that that looks. I am going to set my under eyes a little bit with this, again, the same Unique concealer. It's a really bright yellow color, which is really nice. So it helps to create a little bit of brightness under the eyes. And set the concealer and the foundation that I put there, which is awesome to do, especially if you ever notice that your mascara will run in that area or if you crease in that area. And then I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose, right in the middle of my forehead, my chin, around my nose here, and then right there under my eyes. For everything else, I'm going to take the Mineral Touched press powder and set my foundation that way. I personally have to always set my foundation. Some people like a really glowy look and they don't mind if they look a little oily throughout the day, but I just feel like this makes my foundation last a lot longer. So that is done. Now I'm going to go in and bronze a little bit, if I can find my bronzer. I am using the bronzer and it is in Malibu. And I do try to focus this kind of on where I would want to contour, and then a little bit on the rest of my face to warm everything else up. Because sometimes if you just put foundation on, you might notice that you start feeling a little drab. And then I'm going in with the same brand blush that I talked about last time. It's a Milani blush, but it's called Luminoso, and I love it. It's very peachy, and it doesn't compete with what I have going on my eyes, which is really important. And then what I will do after is take my foundation brush, whatever is left on here, and just pat that all so it looks nice and blended and clean. If you wanted to and you really wanted to contour, you could take a brush like this. I love this angled brush. It is from Sephora. And you could take something, either a darker shade of the Mineral Touch, or you could take some of the bronzer, and you're just going to focus this right here. So to me, I really just like to focus this part of my face, and then I really don't go past right there. If I end up going past there, then I feel a little over the top. So that's pretty much all I'll do. Sometimes I'll do the bridge of my nose and that kind of thing, and then underneath. When you're contouring, you really want to take the brush and you're going to want to be flicking it up. If you start bringing it down, it will kind of defeat the purpose. It'll look like you're very hollow in here, and that's not really that flattering. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to do some mascara, and then I'm going to do lips, and I'm pretty much done. So for lips today, I wanted to keep it pretty simple. I really like this Ritzy color. It's one of our new Opulence lipsticks. So it's a really bright pink, and it has a really pretty sheen to it as well. And then I am going to layer the Lovable lip gloss over it. It's very highly pigmented, and I really like it. It has a nice little mirror, which is very convenient on the back. And I'm going to layer that right over. And again, see, it's just a very nice nude lip color. Today I'm going to be using the same mascara as I did last time. I really like this mascara. I think it works great. It's a L'Oreal product. It's telescopic mascara. I have hair enough. And then I'm going to be going over it with the Unique mascara. So I just do a really light coat to begin with. And then I'm going to go in with the gel, and then I will do the fibers. I really like to get all the excess product off of the wand, just because too much product is really overwhelming for me. And then the same thing with the fibers. Try to get all the excess off, and I just kind of go in and out of the tube a little bit, get off all the excess, and then I just feel like it's a lot easier to control. And I really just want to focus on the outer 2/3 of the actual lashes. I don't want to put it too close to my lash line, because then I just feel like some of the fibers can kind of fall in the eyes, that kind of thing. And if you see any fibers that land on your face, you can kind of just dust them off really quickly. I'm going to let this eye with the fibers kind of set and dry, and then I'm going to move on to this eye. Same thing, try to get as many of the excess fibers off. Outer 2/3 of the eye. And you kind of just want to wiggle back and forth, and then you can kind of do upward motions. And then I'm going to seal all that in with the gel. And then I'm going to do my lower lashes. Same thing on this eye. Don't mind my dog, she's making a bed. If you hear scratching. And then the same thing, I like to always seal this top coat. There's something about this mascara that I feel like works so well with the Unique, and it really helps to elongate everything and kind of separate each of the lashes and make them look fuller and longer and better. I think it's the wand, if you can see it. My dog is being crazy. The wand is like very small, and it doesn't have too long of fibers and all of that stuff, so I feel like it just works perfect for it. That's pretty much it as far as the look goes. I am going to spray my face as I normally would. Biggest thing, if you see any fibers that land on your face, they literally just like brush off, so you're just going to want to get that off your face. It's very simple. If at this point you feel like it's not blended enough, like this eye to me is a little bit not enough, so I'm just going to go in and really just blend that out a tiny bit more. And as you can see, besides that, it looks really nice. It's a great look to be able to go out and enjoy the holiday season. And yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. And if not, thank you for watching again. I hope you guys have a great holiday season. I will be definitely touching base with you very soon, and I'll have a lot more videos for you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.